So in layman's terms, what is it about our brains that have that impact?
Ironically, if you think about the information that the brain can process, or the amount of things that the amount of tabs that you can have open and keep working through, it's actually a remarkably small amount of information. So there's a little bit of debate in the scientific community, but most scientists seem to sit with about 60 bits of information, which is sort of like 3 to 4 words per second, if you will.
Yeah.
Which is why if you've got three people talking at once, you can't understand the conversation because it's just superseding that processing capability. And so if you've only got this tiny, tiny bandwidth of focus, and then we start splitting it to multiple activities through multitasking or having it bombarded with lots of stimulus in our environment, then it becomes incredibly difficult to do great
Yeah.
work because we're
Yeah.
using those 60 bits. We're using that tiny, tiny amount of focus to concentrate deeply and do our best work.
Yeah.
And if the environment, that's the first dimension that we're often looking at, the sort of four dimensions that we move through. But the first dimension is looking at that environment, going, well, does that environment help me focus, or does it hinder my focus? Is it, empowering me to use those 60 bits effectively, or is it the opposite? Is it making it more difficult?
Yeah.
And more often than not, we find environments are making it more difficult to get the most out of those 60 bits.